Hey everybody, Aaron here. Welcome back to another anime review. Today we look at Kakegurui episode 10. So, yeah, well, I didn't realize this came out at like, 5 o'clock this morning, I think, today. And I just conveniently happened to be awake, so I figured, you know what, might as well get the review out. I don't know how it's going to do, being that I'm probably going to release this at like 7 o'clock, 7:20, around that. But, you know what? Who cares? I'm just going to release it because I have all the reviews today, and I'm going to try to get the videos that I keep promising I'm going to do, which is the one talking about what I'm going to be watching this season coming up, and also I have a haul video I have to do too, and a blooper video today. So I got a lot of things to do, but I figured that's why I would get Kakegurui out as soon as I could. So this week's episode was actually pretty interesting because, you know, it was essentially a normal game. It just had a variance to it. So we had basically poker, but with the thing of stronger versus weaker. So it's the concept, if I can explain it correctly, that, you know, and by the way, yes, so obviously, you know, Yumeiko got her challenge from the guy with the glasses. But what's interesting, I think his name's like Mayuda or something. I think it's Mayuda. But she did get what she wanted. She wanted to fight him, and she gets that chance. But with the whole poker game, what's interesting is that the person who bets the last amount, so the person who bets the higher number of chips, gets to choose between choosing a weak hand versus a strong hand, which is apparently going to go in favor of them usually. It's supposed to be like, okay, so if you have a weak hand, you'll go in favor for a weak hand and hope that the other player has a stronger hand than you, and thus you win that round because you actually have the weaker hand. And if it's stronger, it just plays like a normal game for the most part. You have a stronger hand than the other person, you win that round too. But, you know, one thing I didn't understand was that people in the audience, especially like Yumeiko's friends and stuff, were saying that that was like a disadvantage. Actually, if you think about it, it's just another layer of kind of having a poker face. Because obviously poker is all about kind of bluffing your friends and your enemies in this case, and trying to make it so it's like, okay, am I playing a good hand? Am I playing a bad hand? Thus the bluff. So that's why to me it's like, okay, well, the stronger and weaker thing is cool and all, but it really doesn't add very much. It just adds like a second layer of kind of deception. And to me, I mean, that's cool. I actually think it's a very interesting layer of deception, because now you're playing on basically a double bluff, because you can have a great hand and hope that the other person has a weaker hand and just keep playing it like normal, or you can have a horrible hand and just play it weak and pray to God that they're actually able to beat you somehow, because they're anticipating that you're going to go with a stronger hand if you give away a certain amount of cards. But that's why I was like, why are friends flipping out and saying that this is like a disadvantage? Because regardless, if you can play your opponent correctly, you would be fine. So it's like, it's really not that much of a disadvantage if you really think about it. But I don't know. But what's interesting though is the fact that Yumeiko won the first round and then immediately lost the second one. So she lost all of her money in one fell swoop, just like that, a snap of the fingers. And yet gets her new friend, who is the girl with the nail fetish, you know, that rips people's nails off and stuff and takes them in her collection, gets her to join her by basically betting for her in terms of money. So she actually ends up giving her at the end, after like a whole bunch of debating in her head and realizing that she wants the seat of power in the student council. She wants to be a true king, something that Mayuda really didn't give her the chance of doing when they were together in the student council. So I'm very surprised though. I had a feeling she would help her. I didn't think on that level. I didn't think she'd give her so much money, because every ship I think is worth like I think a million yen, or 10 million yen. So she gave her 100, which is a considerable amount. So I'm very curious how this is gonna go out. I'm looking forward to next week's episode. I'm gonna presume that it's not gonna twist anything too much and Yumeiko's gonna be the victor, because I wasn't surprised that Yumeiko was gonna lose when the audience went, oh, she's destined to win, she's gonna be fine. And you know, more so that was her friends that said that. I'm like, yeah, that means you're gonna lose. Yeah, right there, flat out, that's because you're gonna lose. Anyways though, guys and girls, what do you think about this week's episode? I would love to hear from you in the comments below, as always. I hope you have a blessed day. If you don't see my next review, I'm gonna try to Fate Apocrypha later out today. Expect that way in the afternoon, because like I said, I'm very busy today, and I probably won't have that out when it comes out. A Centaur's Life also will be very out later today. The only thing that'll be out with this in the morning will also be a I can't think for a second. Welcome to the Ballroom episode, I believe 9 or 10. It's 10. I'm sorry. Episode 10 of Welcome to the Ballroom will be out also early in the morning, because I figured to get it out of the way too. So I'll talk to you guys later. Have a blessed day. If I don't see you in my next reviews, bye bye everyone.